anytime you get involved in this photo estimating, you're never going to get the right first estimate. You need to take it to somebody that you trust and have them evaluate it. And if you think you have a bent frame, I recommend having it towed.
Hello everybody and welcome back to the airing of Grievances. I'm Eric Reamer, this is Robert Grieve, and it is a pleasure to have you here on a Saturday morning. For those of you who are brand new, we welcome you especially. Thanks for taking time out of your day to join us for ours. If you like what you see, give us the thumbs up, and that helps the YouTube algorithm figure out who to share this information with a little more. And then of course for all you old timers, of course you've already subscribed, but if you haven't, don't forget to click the subscribe button and the notification bell. That again lets you alert that we're putting out new content. All right, Rob.
Happy Saturday to you.
To you, my friend.
Happy Saturday to you. Thank you for being here with us. It means the world.
Absolutely.
Really.
You got a couple things on your screen here that are screaming to be shared. So let's.
So before we get into the core stuff this morning, just a couple of things that came up throughout the week.
Yeah.
I recently saw an article that was capturing some numbers from Onstar. So people with the subscription to Onstar, which is General Motors over-the-air app.
Yep.
I couldn't even believe what I was reading, so that's why I wanted to share it with you.
All right, can't wait.
Onstar, by the numbers,
receives
on average 150,000 calls a day.
A day?
Yeah, approximately 4.5 million calls a month.
Wow.
And nearly 2 calls per second. So that OnStar is a pretty busy thing. And
they were pioneers in the satellite communication with the manufacturers.
Yep.
And
and they keep growing it to do more and more things. It's
probably
really
have more than a couple employees taking those calls, right?
I would imagine.
Wow.
They respond to over 6,000 automatic crash response notifications per month. 6,000 accidents a month. Notify OnStar. OnStar gets on the phone. Are you okay? Do we need to dispatch? All the rest of that stuff.
And that's an accident with a certain level of severity that triggers that phone call. Yeah.
So and they assist with over 15,000 roadside assistance requests every month as well. I thought that those were some pretty big numbers, and I thought I'd share them.
Absolutely.
If you have a GM, you should subscribe to OnStar. Apparently, it's a useful tool.
Yeah, apparently. Yeah.
So, that.
All right.
Now, I'm going to have you pop up a picture of a wheel.
Yeah.
Okay, and here we have a wheel. Obviously, the tire's flat.
Yep.
And the rim is broken. If you look behind the spokes there, you'll see that the rim is broken.
Sure.
And I had a really incredible conversation with the adjuster while we were looking at this car. There's a lot of other damage on this car, but
sure.
The thing that struck me when the adjuster and I were talking.
This is an insurance adjuster.
It's an insurance adjuster, yeah. The insurance adjuster for the person's car. They have the contract with that insurance company.
Okay.
It's their insurance company.
Yep.
You may have the wrong insurance company.
This sounds like.
If the adjuster says something like this.
I'm going to just start calling you Jeff from this point. All right, so what does he say?
Here's the thing. He knows it needs a tire. He knows it needs a wheel. There's nothing really to debate there. And I said, you got to put these tires on at least in pairs. Possibly when we get into procedures, it may need 4.
Yeah.
Because we're going to be replacing this.
Right.
And he said, no, we're probably not going to do that. I'm like, what do you mean you're not going to do that? And I swear.
File this under you can't make this up.
Well, you were close. Instead of putting 2 brand new tires on, so that the tread depth matches. That's
Right.
that's the reason why you would need 2 tires.
It's a safety issue.
So that the tread depths match.
Yeah.
You have the same amount of tread on both sides.
Right, so your car's
One
not
side
driving
is
like this.
that, and as the tread goes down, the tire actually gets smaller
Right.
naturally.
Right.
So you can't have a smaller one and a larger one. They have to match. Well, instead of buying 2 that match,
Yeah.
he wants us to buy a new one for this side, which he knows it needs,
Yeah.
and have it shaved down, shaved down to match the tire
What?
on the other side. Yeah. So, don't get 2 new tires. You don't need to do that. We'll just shave the brand new one and make it
Artificially make it 60,000 or
Yeah.
40,000
Yeah.
miles.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
So we're going to take a brand new tire and make it less, so it matches the other side. I just thought that was fantastic, and if you have an insurance company telling you that that's probably the best thing to do, you got the wrong insurance company.
Well,
promise you.
You showed this picture, and I was immediately reminded of the not one but 2 potholes that, when all was said and done, cost $13,000 in damage to my car, and it looked an awful lot like that. And I'm here to tell you, $13,000 doesn't go into the wheel and the tires. There's probably some suspension issues.
There's a lot more going on there but I got to tell you, if you're talking about cutting corners, it's really shaving tires. It's unbelievable.
There's a new line right there.
And we are, I promise you, we are not doing that. We are not having anything to do with any more conversation about it than that.
What an embarrassment to common sense.
It's incredible.
All right.
Anyway, so today, the main subject we want to talk about, and we've talked about photo estimating before.
Sure.
And the fact that the insurance company may want you to just take pictures of your vehicle and send them into the insurance company. They'll produce an estimate, send it to you along with the check and
Right.
all the rest of that, and all's well, right?
Well, no. I can just say right now, I'll put a link to the video that we actually introduced that topic and that concept, but not necessarily all's well. No. What do you got?
Okay. Well, why don't you... the reason I want to bring it up again is because we have an actual case
Okay.
that I can explain why you have to go to a trusted collision center or call them and say, should I even be driving this thing? Does it need to be towed if I'm finding this or that or something else?
Okay.
So let's show some of the pictures that the guests sent into their insurance company.
Yeah. Okay. So this looks like a pickup truck.
Yep. Well, it's actually a very special pickup truck.
Oh.
It's a 2021 Tacoma Pro,
Oh, okay.
which is a very hard to get vehicle right now. But you can see, the damage doesn't look all that horrible as
Sure.
we're going down. The guest did something that isn't normal,
I was going to say, look at
and
that.
they actually crawled underneath the car.
Yeah.
But we're going to get to a different picture. As we're scrolling through the pictures they sent, you can see a blind spot monitor.
Yeah.
There it is. We
Yeah.
got it circled for you. So we're going to get back to the blind spot monitor, but clearly it's in the picture.
Yeah.
Okay? But as we go down, the guest crawled underneath the vehicle and took a picture of the frame.
Yeah.
And the next shot, we're putting a little circle around it. The frame is just crunched. It's folded.
It's
it's kinked.
It's buckled in a big way.
Yeah. And so all this information was sent to the insurance company.
Right.
So, first off, that vehicle is not safe to drive for two easy answers. Number one, there's no possible way the blind spot monitor is in the right place to be giving the vehicle correct information as to where it is, because it's not
No.
only blind spot, it's cross track, and a few other things.
Yeah, that thing has been hit, bent, and is facing the wrong direction. It's street level now.
Yeah, it's not where it's supposed to be. So that is giving the car
Bad
information.
Assuming that it even still works.
Assuming that it works.
Yeah.
So that's one reason that the car is not drivable. The second reason is it's got a totally bent frame.
Right.
So let's just say they decided to take it to a body shop to have them take a look at it. What if they got hit again on the way to the body shop? That thing would fold under itself at that point because it's already been
Damaged.
compromised.
Yeah, sure.
And here's the most distressing thing. If you're dealing with an insurance company that sees that you took the time to crawl underneath the car, which is not normal,
Yeah.
and take a picture of a bent frame, and they're not telling you, hey, it looks to us like that frame might be bent. You don't have to admit it. You just don't know, but
Right.
it could be. We probably need to get that towed to your shop of choice,
Yeah.
which they'd say, you probably need to have it towed to one of our preferred shops. But you just correct them and say
Take your
shop
pick
of
of
choice.
any of the videos that we've done in the past.
Never take it to their shop. So, yeah, it's...
So are you suggesting that the person who that this accident happened to, that their insurance company did not account for that bent frame?
Well, they did what they said they would do, and they sent over an estimate, and a check is on the way, or maybe the funds are already deposited into their account or something. But when you look at the estimate that they prepared, there is not a word on there about the frame. So the guest goes out of their way to crawl underneath the vehicle and take a picture of the bent frame.
Yeah.
They not only don't say the vehicle's probably not safe to drive.
Right.
It needs to be towed someplace. They don't mention anything about the blind spot monitor, and they don't even include to measure the frame on the estimate. Nothing. So you went through all this trouble to upload all this stuff to your insurance company,
Right.
and there you have it.
This.
You have to have other people to trust.
Yeah.
You have to have other people to trust to give you good, solid advice. And this is a simple one that you can see the bent frame because it's a truck. You can get underneath it and see it.
Well, you would think that it's simple, but don't they have artificial intelligence that should see these things and know what those look like?
I don't know if this insurance company is using AI.
Okay. So then don't they have...
Probably they are.
Don't they have reasonable and customary general intelligence in the people who are reviewing the photos that they're receiving?
I don't have an answer for that because I'm not there, and they don't let you know these things. They just act like they're the experts, and clearly they're not. We even have some pictures of we actually took the bed off the truck so that we could get a really good look at it.
Yeah.
And you'll see this thing, clearly it needs a frame. And part of the bad thing of today is this frame. I mean, this is non-repairable frame, and there's no sectioning procedures for this, which means you can't put a piece of the frame in and weld it in.
Okay.
It needs a new frame, a whole new frame.
On a brand new truck.
On a brand new truck, 2021. The frame is, the best they can tell us, 16 plus weeks out to get a frame. And so going back to our conversation that we had last week about whose insurance company you're going to go through, I guarantee you do not have 16 weeks of coverage.
Not on your company.
And that's just to get the frame. Once you do that, now it's a $40,000 job to do all the repairs on the vehicle. Which
$40,000.
Well, you're taking the whole truck bed, the whole truck
sure.
cab, the engine out, all the wheels, tires, suspension.
For kicks and giggles, what was the insurance company's original estimate?
$3,500. $3,500. Yeah.
There's a big difference between $3,500 and $40,000.
Yeah.
And if they didn't know to bring it to you, if that guy didn't crawl under there and take that photo and say, what about this? They could be driving on an unsafe vehicle. And
They would be driving an unsafe vehicle.
And their insurance company would be $37,000 healthier.
Right. If they didn't cash the check and just decided to drive it like that, which,
Wow.
it happens all the time. But this is this goes back to the photo estimating thing. They're not making a judgment of whether the vehicle is safe or not. They are making financial decisions, whether they feel it's repairable or not, or how much they think an initial estimate is going to be that's fair based on what they can see. If they open their eyes, they could probably see a little more. I don't know.
Well, it goes down to that good faith, right? Mm-hmm. They should be operating in good faith. Mm-hmm. You pay them all your life for the eventuality that something like this might happen, and they should step up and repair it to pre-loss condition.
And nobody's saying that they're not going to.
No, but that's not the direction they took at the beginning.
No, and yeah, it's anytime you get involved in this photo estimating, you're never going to get the right first estimate. You need to take it to somebody that you trust and have them evaluate it. And if you think you have a bent frame, I recommend having it towed. Pick your place, go visit some places, look at the reviews, check out the pictures of their shops, make your best decision that you can make, and don't drive it.
Yeah.
Don't drive it, because if it got hit again with the same force that this created, then it would. The injuries, there's no even telling how bad the injuries would be for the passengers inside the vehicle. So,
all right,
that's my little tidbit for today.
That's
be careful of photo estimating.
Yeah, be careful of photo estimating.
And you know what? If you have, find your shop and send them the photos and ask them what they think.
Yeah.
But get it's a second opinion, but don't rely on your insurance company. They're not repair professionals. They are financial professionals. Yeah. And their job is to fund the repairs, not do the repairs.
Yeah.
So you need to make sure that you and your family are safe and you're not driving something that you shouldn't be driving.
Hey, listen, if you've got more questions, don't hesitate to call the number here on your screen right now. And we'll help. We have connections. Rob has connections coast to coast, and we're happy to make a referral if necessary if you're not here in the Colorado region. But we're equally happy to answer any of those questions. Rob, happy Saturday, brother.
Happy Saturday. Thank you for tuning in. Appreciate you.